Okay, I wanted to make a video of the backyard before we got too far into this landscaping scheme. This is our cottage. Sherry, my wife, has the top floor, and that's where she has her art studio and her jewelry studio. I have the basement, and that's where I have my rod making shop and my woodworking shop. You can see we've got a lot of stuff going on here. We had that terrible storm came through here in April with 100-mile-an-hour winds, and it really did a lot of damage on both this house and the big house. So anyway, go around the side of go around the yard. This is the short side. Well, I guess they're both about the same length. That fence is also going to be replaced because of the storm damage. And you can see here, this is some of the wood from a branch that blew off my tree in the front. I figured that'll make good firewood. No sense in throwing it away. You see there's a lot of stuff that's just been sitting here for the time being. Mainly while we were getting the construction done on both this house and the other house someplace to just a second here, a little wind. There we go. Just someplace to store it while they're working around the house, and we're not done yet. The big house needs to have a new roof put on it. That's going to happen in August 14th. But just a lot of stuff. There's the remains of one of the first raised bed planters I made for my wife back about 5 or 6 years ago, and it lasted pretty good, but I just put them on the ground and they just rotted out. So new raised beds will be elevated, so I won't have that problem. And this has all been sprayed, but you can see it hasn't had a chance to take effect yet. A lot of cleaning up to do. I got to get rid of a lot of stuff. Okay, this is the remains of my greenhouse. The frame is still good, but the cover just completely rotted away. I'm not sure what we're going to put over here. Wife wants lilacs. We've had lilacs in the past, and they are absolutely beautiful. They have problems, but I know she wants 3 of them. I think she wants them along this fence line, which will work. And I can put a couple of raised beds in here too. I'm thinking 3-foot by 3-foot beds over here. And then over here, you can see there's some more of that wood from the downed tree. I plan on using those as stakes in my garden. And here is the backside garden. And you can see it's basically 8 feet from the fence line out to where I've trenched it. And yeah, I'm not sure yet what's going to go in here. I'll probably have 1 4x4 raised and maybe 1 or 2 4x8 raised beds in here. I also am going to put a pollinator garden in here. So I'll be planting flowers all over the place in here as space permits. Okay, here are all the tomatoes that I raised from seed this year. You can see there's the cherry tomatoes are really doing well. Over there in the back is a Roma plant. I got 1 tomato on it. I had another one, but it was down low and something got to it and ate it up. And here are the other tomatoes. And I'm not absolutely sure what kind they all are. I've got one that's a big boy, and I think that's this plant right here. I picked 2 tomatoes off it this morning, and they were pretty good size. So. And some more branches from the storm. My plan on these is to cut them up small and use them in the bottom of the raised planters. So, kind of like a compost heap. And yeah, I'm not sure what's going over here yet. I don't know. A lot of planning yet. This may be where I put my garden shed. I'm planning on a garden shed back here someplace. I'm not sure how big or what it's going to be, but what I'd like to do, I've got 100-watt solar panels in the basement over here that I would very much like to get running. And I'm thinking about putting those up on the roof of the garden shed and then using solar power to recharge my battery powered tools. I just bought a new Ryobi weed eater that's actually, it's an expanded, it uses multiple tools. It's a 40-volt system, and I've used it, and it's plenty strong enough to do everything I need to do. So I'm thinking about switching over from gas to battery on all my garden tools. Okay, that's our 1997 Camaro. We just got it back from the body shop, and of course it had some hail damage on during the storm, so I'm not sure what we're going to do. And this is a little garden that my wife and I have been working on for over 20 years. I'm not sure what we're going to do with this, but I love these sedum. And talk about a pollinator garden. That's flower. That's a great one for the garden. Then as we go over here, we are on a corner house, so I've got a lot of side for. You see, this is all this wall that you can see here, right there. My wife, my son, and I put in. Oh my goodness, 25 years ago now. So this has got a lot of work to do on it. A lot of peonies down here. Some iris, or I'm not sorry, not iris, but lilies down there, Celodiora. The bushes out there are bridal veil. They were here when we moved in. But okay, this is going to stay the same. I got to clean up these bricks. I put every one of these little rocks in here back about 10 years ago. I was a lot younger then. All right. Well, that's the tour. That's what it looks like in the beginning. I'll do this again as I proceed on through and get things done, and as the yard starts taking shape. I'm going to put some raised beds. Let me get over here so I can show you. Out there, I'm going to put at least 2 raised beds, and I'm not sure yet where I'm going to put the beehive. The rules are it's got to be 25 feet away from any structure. I'm hoping, and I got to talk to the inspector about it, that doesn't include that little shed over there of my neighbor's. I'm going to talk to him about that, because I'd like to put it about where that stump is. I mean, it can be within 25 feet of my buildings, but not within anybody else's, so we'll see. But I'm going to have to figure that out. Otherwise, it'll have to come out someplace in the about 25 feet off that fence line, someplace in the middle. But that's it. And there's the big house. All right. You just need to see how this develops.